What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetically Stupid, presented by Squirrely TV. That's new this season. Yeah, that's right. I am the hostess with the mostest, the best in Midwest, Jeff Rhodes, and with me, as always, I have the sensationable Nicholas Shin.
What's up, guys?
All right, before we get started, make sure to head over and give Squirrely TV a like and follow on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and also subscribe to us on YouTube. That is right. This is the first, right? This is the first episode under Squirrely TV.
Yeah,
I changed it this.
I was on the road, so
we've gone through a lot of changes, guys. We're back. We're black. At least one of us.
Yeah.
And this is just a catch up episode. We've been gone. When's the last episode? March?
I left in February.
That's in February. So we only did 3 months of.
Maybe it was March.
We had to do more than 3 months of podcast episodes because we started back last year. The season began last year in December. We went to March. It has to have been.
Probably.
Okay, so we've been gone since March. A lot has happened since March.
Oh, you're telling me.
Well, I think we should also. Oh my God, I'm a horrible person.
What?
I was gonna say we should probably start by addressing the elephant that's not in this room. John is no longer on this podcast. He's actually starting a podcast with my girlfriend Paige called, I don't know if they want me to tell you. They're starting a podcast together. It's the first episode back. He had to point it out, man. Oh my God.
Missed it, man. Like when I'm sitting on the road, I just hear you stutter in my head and it makes me happier.
Well, I'm glad. But yeah, no, John is doing his own thing with his podcast. But the thing is, here's why I was like, oh my God. So I texted, we have a group chat from last season with me, John, and Nick, and I probably texted you back in September about starting back up, and then you still had some shows to do, and then you were house sitting and all that stuff with Ben and Lou, and I think he responded maybe, and then Paige told me, because they hang out and they do poetry together, and she said he told her that he's probably not coming back this season, and then she told me, so I just assumed. I never actually confirmed it with him. So now I feel like a whole person.
Well, when this comes out Friday.
John, you're always welcome to come back. I would just assume with your new podcast, you would want to start and focus on that. And hey, if you ever need a place to put your podcast out, Squirrely TV's got your back.
I just kind of miss the hay now.
He was a very, I was going to say, that's for this episode of Unapologetically Stupid. I've been your host. I just can't talk today. I was going to say he was very soft-spoken, and I like that because we're both very boisterous. I cannot talk.
Well, that's the difference between being raised in a black house and not.
Were you raised in a black house?
For a good part of my life. I will always remember that first evening. You're like, hey, just a forewarning, we get loud.
Oh, you should have been here for the Ohio State game. I invited Saucy, his sister, and Matt over. And then my mom was in town. We usually go to my aunt's house, but we didn't do it this year. So they came over to here. And I was like, it's my first time to host something. And I don't host Thanksgiving or Christmas. Let me host the Michigan games. And it's basically just as big as a holiday in my family. And so they were here. And I was like, Saucy, just to let you know, like my mom has this thing where when something's going bad, she just does the no, hit him. And so that was a lot going on.
I just enjoy the little looks too in between of like, I'm sorry, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, no. I think Matt at one point said something about like, oh, I should go get like a CJ Stroud jersey with the Ohio State quarterback's jersey. She just gave like a little side eye like that. But yeah, no, it was fun times. It was fun. But should we start from the beginning? So like, let's just go through the whole entire year that we've been we took basically this whole year off.
From the podcast, yeah.
Yeah, from the podcast. Like I said, I've been reworking the YouTube channel. I was going to say,
if we took the year off, I did it wrong.
Oh my God, it's right there. No. Bro, okay, here's the thing. No one else, if you're not watching a video, here's the thing. So when you there's gnats in my apartment. It's fucking bad. I know it is. I'm sorry. There's gnats in my apartment. We were setting up, there's been gnats.
Shit, gnats.
I could have sworn you just sucked that up and blew it back out. So for people who can't see this, there was a gnat in his Nick's face. He does sucks it up. I don't see the gnat. Next thing you know, he blows it back out. Did you just eat a gnat? I just saw it come out of your mouth.
Imagination.
I swear to God, that came out of your mouth. I saw like.
I've had worser things in there.
Heyo. But how you liking the new stands?
It's different.
Yeah,
it helps with posture.
Yeah, for those listening, we got rid of the arms because
they were junk.
Let's let you know that Nick came up with what is it? I don't know words, man. I've been so long since I've done this. Nick didn't like the booms last season, a couple seasons we had.
Because they were junk.
They were gnats.
Gnats. This shit gnats.
They're not junk. It was like if you go look on a podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, but if we would have had them set up properly, they wouldn't have fell.
So you're just saying it's my fault?
Yeah, man.
Well,
because every time you would set him up, you'd go, "Sorry, man."
Well, I listened to Nick's criticism, and I switched it up. I knew we were gonna be on the table this season, and so I got us like these little desk little mics and mic stands. I think I like them so far.
It's different.
It is different, and
we've changed it up every season.
What did we do when we were in Greenfield? Did we not have the arms? No, we had our old arms, didn't we? We had the old microphone setups.
But what I'm saying is every season's been a different setup, like completely.
Hopefully this season because I put these damn lights on. You can't see them in the video. You clearly can't see them in the audio. I put these little like the TikTok light strip. Every single TikToker has them in the room.
Yeah, it looks like a cell phone store.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Thinking that it would boost the the atmosphere of the podcast. You can't see it on the video.
It turns me on.
You can't see it in the wide. So
I mean,
hopefully we get like a different wide where you can come and see it. And I don't know, but you like it?
I do.
I'm trying to change everything.
These lights just kind of turn me on.
I like lights. So Nick, let's talk about you. Let's talk about you, my bud, because I haven't seen you. Like, have we not just been taking a pause off the podcast? We've been taking off a pause in our relationship, Nick.
I was gonna say, I think
you've been on the road
each other 3 or 4 times in the last 8 months.
Since March, I think I maybe have seen you a total of 6 times. That is it. Explain to the people what you've been doing, how you've been doing it.
Well,
tit for tat.
Well.
I hate that air. You son of God, why?
It's just like the old days. But basically, I quit my life and started working for a motorsports team. And if you've listened to this, monster trucks are a fairly big part of my life and have been for a while. And so I got the opportunity to do that. And we did upwards of 50 shows from April 1st to September 24th. And all over the Midwest and the South. And in July, I actually started driving one. So it's kind of just one of those years of it's been all about me in a way, and I'm not mad about it. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I was looking for it.
Thank you. You couldn't have came watch me drive, but thank you for pushing the button. Thank you.
Where was I when that one time you were driving?
I don't know. Sitting in your couch.
No. I wasn't here.
Yeah, you were.
No.
Because remember, we went out that Saturday night at Jamboree, and I said, hey, if you come to the bar, you don't have to come to the show tomorrow. And you were like, bet. And I'm like, damn, that was kind of fast. So.
I'm sorry, Nick.
It's okay. It's just my friend level. There's
no.
There's only support when it's easy for him.
No, I was just got done traveling. I was traveling, and I was tired. I got in that Saturday.
You literally... You said you just took your pants off, but I'll be there in 30, and you showed up at the bar.
Yeah, because I didn't want to go out because I just got in from a flight, and I was just like, damn, I'm tired. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Nick's in town. I haven't seen him since March. You want another one?
Yeah. You got more?
Yeah, I got a whole pack.
Neat.
This episode is brought to you by Sun King Electric Reindeer. It's really not, but
it's pretty.
That's what we're drinking.
They don't know that.
Well, now they do.
Well, thanks.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty decent. But so yeah, what's the truck you drive?
Bootlegger,
and like the whole theme is like 1920s bootlegging and all that stuff. Because your truck goes hand in hand with the Roger. It's like a theme. County
Mountie bootlegger, like Smokey and the Bandit.
Did you guys ever do like I know last year when I shot that one thing that I never gave to you that that you guys had like a whole bit with like the.
We run it at some shows. It's more or less a time thing and how hard the trucks were run.
Got you.
Because any time that truck's running, it's a liability on our end. A motor could blow up.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Damn.
But so how's it like life on the road though? Because
it was fun mostly.
any groupies?
A few.
Sign some titties.
I did actually.
Did you really sign
my
some titties?
second show driving in Hickory, North Carolina?
You didn't. What the is Hickory, North Carolina?
Well, it's a very it's special. But she basically run down the stands as I was walking up to sign autographs, just yelling my name, and I'm like, interesting. And then the closer she got, the scared I was. And then she came out of nowhere. I thought I lost her because you know this. I may be fat, but I'm quick.
Yes.
So
I love how you phrase that. Yeah.
But she come out of nowhere and she's asking her brother, I think,
You think it's her
to
brother?
take a picture, and
Okay.
she pulled this like it looked like a 2005, like flip phone out of her pocket, and I'm like,
Jesus
this is
Christ.
going to be quality.
That's a burner phone. Probably this drugs.
Damn it. But like as we were taking the picture, she fucking kissed me on my cheek, and Roger's over in the background just going. And then he's like, "Welcome to fame, boy."
Oh my goodness! So when did you sign her titties? After the kiss?
Yeah.
And she was just like, damn.
I signed my brother's titty too in Indy. So in Indy, I was a 2-hit wonder. I went out and did some stupid shit, but it looked awesome. Didn't feel good, but it looked awesome. I got biggest air of the weekend almost.
Woo.
And my brother comes up and he's like, "Hey, I know your truck's really broken, but will you sign my nipple?" And I'm like, "I don't have a Sharpie that small, but I'll sign your boob." But yeah, I mean, it was a good year. Met a lot of new people, and just did something that I've been doing for a while, but on a whole different level. So I'm excited. We've got some stuff in the works. Next year is going to be big. So
Yeah, if you don't, because Nick, you help with the Geiger Motorsports, right?
I do. What are you talking about?
The Facebook and the.
I do all their marketing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you guys go follow Geiger Motorsports. Am I saying it right? I always never know. Gauger.
Yeah.
Like Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
I was just trying. I was being legit. I'm trying to learn how. Every time I tell somebody, I say it's Geiger or something like that. I feel like I say it different every time.
That must be when we're walking like through a store or something, and Roger goes because he hints it because everybody always says his name. We'll literally be at shows, and the announcer will come over to each of us as drivers and be like, "Is there anything you want me to say about you?" And then he'll say, "How do you say your name?"
Yeah.
And he will go Roger Gauger. First 2 seconds of the show, got Roger Gauger out there.
Okay, at least I don't say Gauger. That's pretty bad. And the first, that sucks. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. I'm happy that you are living out your dream.
Somebody's.
Isn't that? I thought you said you wanted to be a monster truck driver.
I did. I do.
You do.
It's
okay.
just
Body.
I'm tired.
I feel you.
It's literally, there were weeks where I didn't sleep worth a shit for like 2 to 3 days.
Damn.
Between like our last show, we went from Springfield, Tennessee, doing 2 back-to-back shows, 430 miles through the night to northern Indiana for our last show at 3.
That's ridiculous.
So we literally got to like Marion at like 4 or 5 in the morning, slept at a truck stop for an hour, and then drove the rest of the way to northern Indiana, and then tired up. Did autographs and shit, and then drove.
We're back, baby. No, I feel you. I did the same thing with not the same thing, not like anywhere in the capacity, because you guys have to break down the truck and all that stuff, and then drive and all that stuff. All I do was just stay up late trying to learn how to edit.
I mean, it's hard.
It's late nights.
For me, editing is hard too.
Yeah,
because all the shows, like when I was just crew chief, I would try to get video, but once I started driving, it's kind of hard for me to get video while I'm sitting in the truck flying through the air. But my dad started coming to a lot of the shows. He came to probably the last 10 of them, which was kind of cool. He would buckle me in, and it was funny because the way my seatbelts are, it's like a ratchet. Just ignore it.
I can't, bro. They piss
Just
me
pretend
off.
it's one of those things in your eyes. But it's literally a ratchet. Like you're ratcheting a bolt or whatever. And so you hook it all up in your crotch, and then you start ratcheting, and you pull your chest straps down. And my dad was like, "This is getting pretty tight." I'm like, "Keep going." And I start making noises and, breathing weird, and that's me getting tight. And then I sit there for a minute, and then I keep going. Because once you sit there, you start getting loose again, and then you tighten more. Because if you're loose in that truck, when you land, you're moving, and you're not supposed to move.
Damn, I wish people like you worked at Cedar Point on those roller coasters.
Well, those don't have seat belts.
They have those little things that they don't check, and it pisses me off.
It's just, they got to be there.
I know, but no, that's crazy. I didn't know that you were that. So, what's your mobility like? I know you have your hands free, so you can clearly drive.
Basically, I can reach forward to drive. I can grab my rear steer button, and it's a pain in the ass to turn the truck on because I got to reach my arm over here to pull the fuel on.
Damn.
And then pull the power on. So basically, I kind of do one of these and just get it on, and then fly over real quick to go.
Would you say that monster trucking? Is that what the sport monster trucking? I don't know how you do it. What do you call it?
Monster trucks.
Monster trucks. What do you think? Would you say monster trucks is harder on your body than would say NASCAR?
Yes.
You would, because of the jumps and all that stuff like that.
Because they get in wrecks and everything, but every time we land is technically a wreck to our body. Because it's all internal issues if you think about it. Because we're belted in so tight, we're part of the truck. So when we land, the only thing that moves is our innards.
Yeah, you gotten checked? Your physical?
No, I've been to the doctor since 2019.
Oh, you said COVID. I don't even care. Jesus, 2019.
Still here.
That's true. That's fair. That's fair. Well, damn. Well, I'm glad. That's cool. I'm happy.
Yeah, but follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube.
Gauger Motorsports.
Yeah, Gauger Motorsports. And, I want to thank him because he gave me this opportunity and then gave me a really big opportunity, and then it was a really good year. So thank you, Roger.
I'll definitely come out to at least one show next year.
That's what they all say.
No. I'll put it in my calendar.
I'm going to call you Courtney.
Don't. How dare you, sir? I am not Courtney.
But what have you been doing?
Me? Not shit but a d in my hand, son. So I'm sorry. We're going to cut that too.
That would be one of them things where your grandma calls me and yells at me for the way you are.
Yeah. That was. I don't know why I said that.
Put it in my hand, son.
I got that from some rap.
I need that to be on a T-shirt.
I got that from some. I think
Colton's girlfriend Tori said this thing a couple months ago when I was home for a day or two. Because I cracked a joke about like pretty much every time I roll out on the track, I go, "God, don't let me die" or whatever, and I like squeeze my cross and I go. And she was like, "Keep me safe, Sky Daddy." And
I remember her saying that. And I was like, "What?"
That was at Ford's Garage.
Yeah, we were at Ford's Garage, and she said something like that. I'm like, "What did you just call him?"
I literally want to get a sticker made and put it on the roof of the truck that I could look up and it says Sky Daddy.
We should get t-shirts of Sky Daddy. I forgot about that phrase. That's a funny ass phrase. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Lil Dicky said that, but I don't know why I said it.
But I mean, you didn't just do nothing. I mean, you launched a new channel technically.
New channel, same channel.
You rebranded it.
That's the phrase. Rebrand.
You've been filming your own short series that you've written.
Oh, that. I'm never doing it again. Well, unless if it gets views, I'll do it. But it's been
And speaking of that, Connie's got some for you that's real life haunted.
She sent me the video.
Oh, did she really?
Dude, did you see the blue thing?
I haven't even seen it.
Bro, I'll show it to you after the podcast because that shit is actually legit. Like, I don't think she saw the Phantom fall over, but I saw the actual ghost. Like, you can see in the video. It's
so
nuts.
You're telling me you were over at our barn making a TV show about fake spooky ookies and there's real spooky ookies in it?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
You pissed them off.
Yeah, basically.
Especially with that one scene that you put out. They're probably racist, Jeff. You got the racist ghost.
Oh my God. It has to be here somewhere. Okay, so, like I said.
Are you going to show me it? Come on, you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Wait, what the fuck are you talking about?
Your Klan's hood.
Oh, yeah. Wait, oh, Jesus Christ. And first of all, everything's out of context. I just got really excited.
New?
I got really excited for Klan hood. Let me
see it. Go get it.
Let me just okay.
Just fucking get it.
It's here somewhere.
But we've really missed you guys this year, and we thank you for your continued support throughout the last 8 months with, following us on Instagram and Facebook and still listening to older episodes. And basically this year, we're going to try to be a little bit more serious. And last year was pretty good with consistency and everything. We're just going to try to get even.
All right.
Why does it look like it's been pissed on for 30 years?
Okay. I'm back. Okay. Wait, no, I set up.
It's got a red cross on it.
I have to set it up. So
Can I put it on?
No, you can't put it on. Okay, so Nick is right. I have been rebranding the Nautical TV is no more. It's Squirrely TV. Basically, as some of you know, that Nautical TV was based off of me and my roommate Ryan's old Nautical Films channel that technically was his old channel from his grade school, but whatever, that we kind of built together in college. And then he kind of, he always tells me, like, I changed. He found his fiance, which, good on him.
He found better people to benefit his life.
Yeah. People who actually contributed to the channel. And so we had this whole thing where, like, okay, you'd be taking Nautical Films, I take Nautical TV. And then as soon as I made Nautical TV, he changed his to Southridge Films, which you should go follow Southridge Films and all their stuff too. They're awesome. So I rebranded the Squirrely TV because I think Squirrely, it means eccentric, odd, insane, dumb,
And
crazy.
It's
Not dumb,
kind
but
of
crazy.
a definition of you.
It is.
In a way.
And one of my favorite bits from Boy Meets World involved the character Mr. Plays with Squirrels, which was my old Instagram name.
I noticed you changed it.
I was networking the other day, like on Saturday, and the guy was like,
somebody asked you what your handle was?
Yeah, he was like, what's your handle, man? He was showing me all this like cool stuff. I'm telling you, I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to be an amateur. I'm trying to be a YouTuber. I'm an amateur right now. He's like, oh, I'll follow your stuff. Like, what's your channel on? So I saw my channel, Squirrely TV. He's like, what's your personal? And I said, Mr. Plays with Squirrels. And he was like, what? He's like, Mr. Plays with Squirrels. Like, just type it in. And I was just like, damn. And I was like, he's like, Mr. Plays with Squirrels. It's a persona. It's an online persona. So I changed it. I changed it to STV.
You are like a full-blown novel of personas. Young Squire.
Lil Quaff, all of them. But yeah, so the whole point of this channel, which if you're watching this video, you're watching it on the channel, is to make like a cornucopia of content, if you will. Podcast. I started shooting vlogs. I'll tell you about that experience. It's weird. But I also wanted to bring back the old school part of YouTube and, like, shorts and, like, those quirky little videos and, like, scripted content. And so I'm making currently in the making of this show called Graveyard Shift. It's basically about this guy who wants to be a ghost hunter, and he puts his stuff on YouTube. It's like a parody at The Office meets Ghost Hunter.
So
Ghost
it's
Adventures.
basically a video of a guy making a video.
Yes. It's a show about a guy making a show on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the show happens to be about ghosts. And one of the premises for one episode is they go to the barn, which is where we shot Nick's, I was kind of a cousin.
Sure.
Aunt. Nick's cousin was graciously allowed us to film at her barn that they have. They have like this whole shindig on every Sunday night. And so we filmed there Friday. And then one of the premises of the jokes is that the barn is haunted by a KKK member. Like an old school KKK member.
Probably.
And so
now that we've got actual footage from the security cameras.
But so I was like,
you triggered him.
So for the bit, I needed a Klan robe. And shocker, you can't buy it on Amazon. So
yeah, it's not something you can get at fucking Halloween USA or whatever.
And so I had to get creative. And so I went to Goodwill, found like a tablecloth, spilled coffee on it, let it outside for about a good week, and then cut some eye holes.
Put it on.
But then
please put
I also got I made Paige find a patch, and I Googled a Klan's like patch, and she literally painted it on. Well, here's the thing: we had to dry it out and like leave it outside. So there's just like a Klan robe laying outside in my apartment in a predominantly black neighborhood, just outside the venue. And when we were filming the scene to set up this scene, I'm just yelling. I'm like trying to direct. I'm like, say Ku Klux Klan. Like as soon as I said that, a dude just walks by to his mailbox because my apartment's right by the mailbox, and he just looks back at us. Two black guys, a white guy and a white girl talking about the Ku Klux Klan. It just goes back. It just goes back. But yeah, no. Here's my robe.
Please put it on,
bro.
Do it for the Vine.
I ain't gonna do it.
Please.
There's
I drove 5 hours today to record this.
There's eye holes.
Oh,
that's a dick hole. I think I didn't do that. There it is.
Would you have to pee in it or something? Oh, put it on. Put that shit on. It literally looks like it looks like a kid's sheet. It's been pissed on for 5 years.
Well, the whole point is you don't get a close up of it. It's like a drive by.
Did you make it pointy?
No. No, because it's balled up in a corner. You don't really see it like that.
Oh, it wasn't worn.
No, it was. No one was wearing it. I thought the ghost was wearing it.
Yeah. That's something I would watch. That's fucking Scooby-Doo at its best.
No, it's a background prop. And I can't believe they just put that on. You.
What did I do? I asked a question.
But yeah, no, it looks. If like look,
That is pretty spot on.
Far away. Look at that. If you saw that laying down, what would you think? Okay, well,
because of the internet, of course, I would know what that cross means. So,
and it's like a dirty old robe.
Yeah.
So like if my mom came right now and she just saw it laying down, she
would call me and be pissed, and I would be like, I'm not associated with this. I was gone. Why? But that's what would happen. That is exactly what would happen. She's gonna be like, pick the most country person Jeff has in his life. That's his.
No, it's mine. It's homemade.
You can also purchase it on his Etsy.
Maybe if I ever get big and I have shit.
That's gonna be in a museum someday.
The first prop Jeff ever made. Jesus. But yeah, no. So that's what I've been doing. That show should be coming out here soon. We just finished the complete first episode, the shots for the first episode. So hopefully January that's coming out. But I started putting out vlogs, and let me tell you, vlogging is dumb. Like, it's not dumb because it's really fun. The way like the editing process of vlogs is fun because you can try to find a story in there and kind of get out of it, like try to get a story out of it of like this raw footage. But
it's a lot of work.
It's so awkward.
Like you literally have to film everything,
which is my problem. I don't film everything because I'm filming on my phone.
Well, I mean, and this kind of goes for stuff we've done in the past too, with the podcast and everything. You always got to keep
the thing recording,
dude. 90% of the best content we ever say
is when the button's not pressed.
Yeah, and the cameras aren't on,
and they're off. Yeah,
we're in the car going to fucking dinner, and
yeah, exactly. No, like I vlogged this past weekend, and I should have been vlogging my dinner with my family because that's when my family just shut the fuck up on podcasting. But
West Side.
But I didn't record anything, and then, of course I buy this spicy ass drink. It's my first time ever having mezcal.
Yeah,
it's like a more pure tequila apparently, or like a reposado tequila. And my sister was like, Jeff, you're gonna hate that. And I was like, no, I love tequila. She's like, it's like a burnt tequila.
Oh, this has Newfield's advertisement on it.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
Shout out Indianapolis. But I tasted it, tastes like shit. And I was like dying. And
How much was it?
My mama paid.
Kind of like that night we went out.
Yeah.
And had our 4 dinners and 2 cigars.
Yup. But yeah, no, that was vlogging. It's just, I don't even think it's all that. It's literally having, I think maybe my problem might get fixed if I actually had a camera using it. Right now I'm using my phone, like a rig on my phone, which I was like, you know what, as it has it shoots 1080p, 24, actually doesn't shoot 24, it shoots 30, but it's 1080p. This is what I have. I can't afford a new camera right now. I just bought a new camera for my weddings, so let me just use this.
Just walk around with the black magic all day,
dude. That would hurt my arm. And first of all, it has no autofocus, which I would hate using that camera to vlog. But
you would just be blurry the whole time.
It would be. But this, like, it's just going on public with that rig set up behind you and just pointing in my face and talking to myself. Like, even when people aren't there, that's what I have to learn how to get used to. It's just talking to myself and looking batshit crazy in public. Because we're not in LA or New York. We're in Indianapolis. There's no famous influencers here. We have none.
We're here.
We're not famous. We're not even. Who do we influence other than degenerates?
I'm thinking.
We have influenced no one. Cliff.
Devin. There's 2. If it's more than 1, it's influencing.
There you go. But yeah, no, that's what I got to get used to.
That was a punch to Cliff. Shout out Cliff. We've missed you.
Yeah, he's missed us. He commented on my Snapchat the other night saying when I was putting this up. But but yeah, no, vlogging, the editing is, haven't had that much fun editing a vlog in a while. It was, of course, it was the shitty one because it was Tommy and I was really sad about it. But I was like, oh, I have to edit this. And it honestly gave me a kick in my butt to start putting stuff out on a daily basis or a weekly basis, not daily. But that's what made me go out and vlog this past weekend.
The majority of the videos that I've put out for Gallagher Motorsports in the last year was all shot same day.
Uh-huh.
We tired down 2 trucks, loaded them, and got on the road, and we were driving, and I'm editing them in the semi going down the road.
Damn. See, I wish I could do that. I have to come. I have to,
because there's nothing else to do. Like, and,
I feel you on
and
that.
I hate sleeping going down the road because then that leaves Roger by himself.
Uh-huh.
And driving a semi kind of helps having 2 people. Like I'm looking ahead and navigating everything, and all he's got to do is control the 76,000-pound vehicle going down the road. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Light work.
I mean, he drives that thing like a fucking champ.
I know I couldn't. That's just too much weight and pressure, and it's still those lanes look so narrow.
There was moments in Atlanta every time we went through Atlanta this year. We would get going through the I forget what the highway is around it, but like 465 is to Indy.
Yeah.
And it would just be bumper to bumper traffic, and people would literally pull in front of us to the point that we couldn't see them over our hood. Like the car disappeared in front of us.
Oh damn!
And we're like, oh shit! And then it would pop out and then shoot over a lane or two.
I remember,
they're just idiots.
I remember that the one thing I've learned and remembered in driver's ed is when you're passing in front of a truck, you have to make sure you see their headlights in your rearview mirror before you can go over.
I just do a timing thing. When I pass a semi doing a certain speed, I know in 3 seconds I'm so many feet in front of them. But I drive always, for a living. So
yeah. I always do the headlights. If I can't see their headlights, I don't get in front of a truck until I can see their headlights. So that's the one thing I learned. But yeah, no.
That's smart. Truckers get a lot of shit these days, but if it wasn't for truckers, we wouldn't have a lot of things. And they are very regulated business. Mm-hmm. They can only drive for 10 hours a day.
And you can make money.
Yeah, but you can only drive for 10 hours a day. So, and then you've got to sit for like 11 or something like that.
Oh, I know. They park in front of my apartment. I love them, but they're also bastards.
I don't know why. I never thought about whipping in here and parking overnight.
Because you're not supposed to.
I'd knock on the door and be like, hey, can I get real quick?
They don't have bathrooms in the porta potties?
No.
In the toilet? Did you do a truck stop?
Yeah. So every about 4 or 5 hours when we need fuel.
Damn. You know who couldn't be a truck driver?
You?
Matt.
Oh, dude.
Our friend Matt has the bladder of a 4-year-old girl.
If he literally had a load of freight that had to go from here to the east side of Indy, it would take him 4 hours.
I love him to death, though. I love him to death.
He's got the bladder of a squirrel.
He's been on the podcast before, right? Way back in the day when we first started. Might need to get him back on.
Maybe.
We might need to get Matthew back on. Talk some sports with us.
Yay. Yeah, he was on for sports because
Was it really for probably March Madness or something like that?
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, no, it
was during COVID. It was like right before the bad COVID because he was living in that hotel.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Because I went and picked him up.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been up to. The world's been up to some bullshit too, man. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that has passed, and speaking of past, the Queen's dead.
It honestly was about 2.5, 3 weeks before I realized she was.
Really?
Because I've been busy,
Fair enough.
And then one day I was like, why the fuck are the flags at half-mast? And someone was like, because the Queen died.
Our flags are at half-mast?
Yeah.
Why?
We did a one-day, what's the word? We're going to have to edit this.
Why do we care about the Queen? Didn't we leave them because their whole family
sucked? It's a respect thing, though, I guess. I don't know.
Why do we respect the Queen? What did she do?
That's what I want to know.
What did she do for her people?
Wore pretty clothes and jewelry. And
I have to watch that show. There's a show called The Crown on Netflix that supposedly explains why they're so popular and important in England. And it's like a sketch.
You would be popular if you were called the Queen. Look at Beyonce. Why
yeah. We're keeping that. We're keeping that in. We're keeping that in.
Man?
We're keeping that in. We're keeping that in.
Beyonce. Sorry.
Beyonce.
Whoopsies.
I fucking love you, man. Beyonce. Oh, that's her new name from now on. Yo, you hear that new Beyonce joint? That shit was fire.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
But you have a point. You got a point. I feel like Beyonce's done more for people than the Queen has. That's just my take.
Well, of course it is.
But yeah, no, she's dead. Okay, this has happened recently, within the last couple of months. You heard about what's going on with Kanye?
Didn't he get a divorce or something?
He got a divorce, I think, a couple months back. So this is still falls into the lane of when we were gone. But him and Kim K got divorced, and then he's been on a rant. I think he's been off his meds. He was talking about something about how he said that Jewish people run the world or something or run America. And he said some anti-Semitic stuff.
It's just because he's jealous that Drake's career is bigger than his.
Well, then he to double down on what he said. Do you know who Alex Jones is?
No.
So Alex Jones is this conspiracy theorist, the whole Sandy Hook thing that he just had the whole settlement with that and paying money and stuff like that. And he has his own personal website because he's banned on everything else for spreading misinformation. Which he's pressed from wild stuff, but he's entertaining. I listen to it because it's entertaining. I don't believe anything. But he had Kanye West on his show, and Kanye West went on this show, and Alex Jones is this guy who people think is crazy as shit. He is the crazy. Kanye and Alex Jones together, holy shit, that's a crazy interview. Kanye was saying some so wild shit that it made Alex Jones look sane. He was saying I really like the Nazis. Hitler was a good guy.
Is he doing this?
We don't know.
The whole Miley crazy phase or whatever.
Well, I think Miley crazy phase was just a teenager who grew up in fame being a teenager.
But it was, what did it do? It boosted her, and now she's leveled back out to
because she's an adult now. I think Kanye's been an adult for a while. You can't blame it on him.
Just because you're a number doesn't mean you're an adult.
I mean,
think of the shit we've done, man.
Yeah, the shit we done when we were younger.
And the shit we still do today.
I do not do the same dumb shit I do back then I do now. I would say no. I would say that to Justin Bieber. He had his whole wild shit. Because when you grow up in the limelight, you get fucked up in the head and you think that you're all shit.
Tell me about it.
And then when you come back down to earth, that's when you level out and you start going, Miley's leveled out. Kanye has always, you don't get to do that when you're black also. You can't act wild like that. Because if you act wild,
you get shot.
You're going to get that stigma of the wild, you get Kanye'd. Kanye's being, I don't know.
Kanye got shot?
No, Kanye never got shot.
Maybe I'd teach him a lesson if he did, you know what I mean?
You're saying he should have got shot?
No, I'm just saying, if you get shot and you live, you fucking learned something, didn't you?
Look at 50 Cent.
How many times?
Great businessman.
He got shot 7 times.
9 times. One in the mouth. One in the mouth. Made a great song.
Yep.
Many men.
If Tupac lived,
R.I.P.
Think of, he probably wouldn't have changed. He was pretty far into his.
Personally, I don't think Tupac would have been his longevity wouldn't have been as good as some people think if he still was alive. That's a hot take.
Which, that's with a lot of people, that have died young or whatever.
Who's all died young?
That's why I've.
Oh yeah, I don't think Nirvana would have. But lasted either, personally,
you have your era.
They started grunge, but after
you look at a lot of the bands now that are on their 6th or 7th reunion tour.
That's crazy.
Playing the same things they've been playing for 40 years,
Rolling Stones and all.
Their day, it's good music.
Yeah,
and they have their following, but they're out of their era.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm saying personally, how do I say this without sounding ignorant? Because I'm not from the hood. I never, Tupac's words don't speak to a deeper level to me because I don't,
It just kind of helps my driving.
Wait, what do you mean?
I put Tupac on and just fucking cruise.
I just, I think Biggie would have been around. I think Biggie had the same kind of flow as Jay-Z. He was just talking nonsense. Tupac was deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like Biggie had
Tupac
the fun.
was more aggressive Eminem.
I would say
in a way.
Yeah. If Eminem, the lyricism of Eminem, but the message and hard flow of Nas, or maybe Mos Def or somebody like that. I don't know. I'm not a hip hop head. I like Eminem. That's about it.
That's going to be our next job that we're going to
find what
put on our resume. We're going to start being.
Is that me? Or
That's
you?
me. I'm sorry. We can't sit shit on this table, evidently.
Yeah, this table is
So it's plastic.
There's always something. Every single season, there's something that's it.
It's a good thing this is the first episode of at least 3 more this year.
Yeah, we shouldn't even talk. We didn't talk about the TV. There's a
Tell them about it real quick.
There's a reason why there's nothing. Like we plan to put like our like logo on here or like something to give you guys something to look at on the video side. But the TV is it's not put up right. Me and my friend Matt.
It got put up right, just not right.
It is hanging off the TV. Like it's not supposed to be.
Like
leaning
evidently, there is no studs where they put the bolts.
But we use non-stud. Wait, we put those little the drywall anchors. We put them in there.
You still got to have something behind it if you're hanging weight off of it. Drywall's not going to hold anything.
But you put the anchor thing in that little gray thing and then the screws into
all that does is take the weight of one hole and widen it by about that much. So I mean, it's
whoa, guy.
Remember what I told you? It's leverage right there, and half of the screw's still on the wall. So we're good. We're good.
Yo, guy. First of all, don't touch my screen.
Yeah, look at this screen.
How dare you? This is Compton. Because I got it when Straight Outta Compton came out. It was my favorite movie that year, 2017, I think.
How rude.
But yeah. So Kanye. And the TV.
What else happened, man?
Dude, a lot of movies come out. Hey, did you watch Jeffrey Dahmer? That show that everyone was talking about?
I think I got about halfway through it because of Brittany. And then I evidently didn't know a whole lot about him.
I didn't either.
And so I started watching it. And this is not just, a statement. It's more of just, it's not what I'm into. Mm-hmm. But I sent her a snap and I was like, if there's gay in this, I'm done. She's like, I'm halfway through the season and I haven't seen anything yet. And I'm like, oh, okay. 3 minutes into the first episode, they're getting handsy.
Well, they don't fuck.
And that's a sin if you're not married.
Oh, my God.
So you can't trust people sometimes. But, I mean, yeah, I'm about halfway through it. And then on Disney, the Santa Claus series. Have you watched that yet?
No.
I'm going to watch it tonight. It's only like
it's a series?
It's like 3 or 4 episodes.
Is it? I know Disney likes to do a week at a time.
So there might be more now. Because when I looked at it last week or the week before, there was 3 or 4.
I think they're going to do more. It's like I think Disney does. I didn't know they're making a series. What's it about?
It's basically he's retiring as Santa.
That could be an interesting premise.
So, and I mean, if you think of how long it's been since the 3rd one, and then you think of how long it's been since the first one came out.
Shit, what, 20 plus years since the first one?
Oh, guaranteed.
Is the same kid in
I don't
there?
know.
Is it Charlie?
Is
that his name?
Yeah, Charlie.
Hell yeah, I still remember. Fuck yeah. Dude, yeah, no, I need to watch that. I haven't watched a lot of show. I've been watching just House of Dragons. You're not Game of Thrones. You're not a fantasy person.
The only thing was that the show the white-haired girl was getting fucked in the tent?
That's the first Game of Thrones. Yes. Now this is about her whole entire family of white hair people.
Okay.
They're not getting fucking intense. They're just,
well,
ruling
the
world.
In a rough place in life at that point.
Yeah. In that show, Game of Thrones, she's the last of her family. This is when her family's in charge and they're running shit. And that's basically like the downfall of her family.
Oh, that's kind of sad.
Oh no, it's a great show. You would love it. You just gotta give it a chance.
I just don't have time.
Actually, I don't know. You don't like fantasy stuff, like dragons, dueling, the medieval. You don't like that.
Fascinates me. It's just it comes back to I never have time to start a series and actually finish it and keep up on it.
I feel you.
So, it's hard for me to start things, especially when it's a big series like that.
But the thing is, with this, it's only one season out right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's only one season, 10 episodes, about an hour each.
I might watch it.
So it's not that long. It's like, I understand you. It's like the series where you get, it's like 8 seasons long, 12 episodes. Yeah. That can be a little daunting. But the good thing about this, it just came out this year. I think the next one's coming out 2 years from now.
What else is happening in the world, man?
Dude.
Movies, shows.
Politics. Oh, you got student. You know what fucking pissed me off?
Huh.
The student debt forgiveness. I'm not pissed off because the student debt's forgiven. I'm pissed off because mine's already paid off. So
damn you for having a good uprising.
No. Fuck that. Well, I didn't pay for it. my grandma and my mom did. But I was like, my mom was like, hey, you should get on this student debt forgiveness. I'm like, all right, on it. She's like, wait, actually, it's only government. I think me and your grandma paid it off. You still have your private. I was like, so this affects me nothing. I still have to pay my $500 plus a month. And she was like, yep. I'm like, dope. Thanks, Biden.
That doesn't ring as good as thanks, Obama.
You can still say it 10 years
I
later.
miss
Thanks,
Obama.
thanks, Obama. Obama's pretty dope. He had a swag about him. Who's the next president? Who's running? Is Trump running for president next year?
I really don't know, dude. It took me 3 weeks to know the Queen died.
That's fair. Because the prime, did you vote? No.
Yeah, I was here for voting.
You were here in Indy, so you did vote?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think the guy I voted for won. I'm not sure.
Because I was here for about a week and a half.
Do you think, me and Paige had this conversation, do you think you should be like, so we were talking about like the voting and, should we vote, should we not vote? Is irresponsible voting just as bad as not voting? What's your take on that? Because I was like, hey, we should all vote. But she's like, I haven't done the research, which I haven't either. Well, I went in blind voting.
If there's something in the voting that you're not sure of, you can skip it.
You can skip it?
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm saying for me, that's the whole ticket. I don't know who the hell anybody
Well,
runs.
I mean, you got to do a little research and, just the basics of, each person or whatever. But that's kind of tricky. I think people should vote because that is their say and, this. But at the same time, if you don't know what you're voting for, maybe you shouldn't because you're going to
mess it up for somebody else.
Well, not necessarily that. You may not be benefiting
off of your own vote.
Yeah. So
might be shooting yourself in the foot.
Basically. Yeah. So, that's kind of tough.
That makes sense. But yeah, we voted this year too. A lot. Oh, I know I'm more in touch with the internet side of the world and things like that than you are. Have you heard of this dude who's taken over the internet by storm this summer? His name's Andrew Tate. Does that name ring a bell to you?
Not really. What's he doing?
He's like one of those misogynistic guys speaking about the bringing back, not like, because I don't think he's white, but like I think he's like Romanian or something. But he's like gone on a bunch of podcasts or gone on a bunch of people like in an internet space that I kind of know of, like, and we'll just talk about like how women need to do this, and this to get it.
Oh, really?
Like he talks about women, and he's like a very pro guy, and like women need to do this, that, and this to get like a guy like this. Like he preaches pro man, but sometimes I feel like his stuff gets, I don't know enough about him. I just know that a lot of people have been talking, like podcasts that I listen to talk about him and how he's like, just ruining kids' heads and things like that and all that stuff. And I'm just like, huh.
I mean, technically we are too, but
I don't know. This is a pro woman podcast.
I'm not talking about that. You said kids.
Oh, true. Should we talk about how we're trying to find a third person to fill it? We should literally have like a picture of we'll call it the wall of thirds. We'll have Ben right here. Wait, it's perfect. It's first split up. We'll have Ben right here, Rowan right here.
The memorial wall.
Yeah, and then John right here.
Rest in peace, Ben, buddy.
He's not dead. God damn. But yeah, no, we're trying to look for a third person to help us,
Yeah, put your application in.
But we want it to be a woman. I think this podcast is missing a woman's point of view.
Different.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had only men.
Especially if we could get, like a lady that is as crazy as us.
Yes.
Like on that same level.
That's gonna be hard to find.
Yeah, not really.
I would say Paige, but when me and Paige get into an argument,
it's not fun. It's not fun for me. I'll tell you that. Let alone the other 7 people listening.
No. It's not an argument. It's mostly on me because I like to just play devil's advocate all the time. Even when it's like Lily just recently, she got into a discussion. I was just like, we were making tilapia, and I was just thought the fact. I was like, oh, did you know tilapia is it's a made up fish by man?
It's raised in shit plants too.
And she was like, Jeff, that's a lie. Somebody in my office told me that, and I was like, what? So I looked it up, and of course, the person in her office is right. I can't let her know that. So I'm just
thankfully, she doesn't listen to this and support us, so she'll never know.
So I'm like, you're gonna trust this guy over me, your boyfriend? And yeah, but no, he was right, and it's just stuff like that. I'm just an asshole sometimes. I feel like she'll get pissed off.
People give me for stirring the pot. but it's fun.
I only do it to select people. I only do people like you do it to everyone. I do it to
People
select
that I'm
people.
close with.
I feel like you do it to strangers.
At that point, I really don't give a fuck about him, so why not? Somebody goes, "Hey, where's the bathroom?" I'll be like, "That door right there." They open it, and it's just a baby killing room or something. There goes the rest of your life. You just saw some shit that's gonna fuck you up.
Jesus. Oh, but yeah, no.
What are those called? Planned Parenthood or whatever? I'm sorry.
Abortion clinics?
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, where's the bathroom? Behind that door. It's a fucking abortion clinic.
Well, no, my next question is where were you when he asked you where the bathroom was? The hotel lobby. So, you just, it's fun sometimes, but you also got to know when to draw the line. A lot of people don't know when to fucking draw the line.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So
no,
that's on them.
True. But yeah, no, we're searching for somebody. I changed our Tinder to, it was originally just, hey, follow the podcast. Now it's saying, hey, we're looking for a third person. We're accepting applications.
You should probably put a third co-host.
I mean, if
because
you read our bio.
I know, but on Tinder, if you say I'm looking for a third.
Oh, you're right. I should probably fix that.
Yeah.
You know what the thing is, though? We've been getting nothing ever since I bought it that first month.
Well, I mean, it's all controlled some way. It's like a slot machine.
We need to switch to like Hinge or something. Cause
what's that?
It's just a different one. But I feel like.
What about Grindr?
We want women. We want a woman's point of view.
Yeah, but fans can be whatever.
So you're just saying you should get a Grindr for advertising?
Yeah. If it's free, it's good networking.
Well, now, I mean, shoot, why not just go on all the dating apps?
Might as well.
You
can redo your Black People Meet, and I'll get my Farmers Only going.
Hit up on Christian Mingle, too.
Plenty of Fish or whatever, too.
J Swipe, J Date.
I don't know what that is.
Jewish.
Did you see Yik Yak is coming back or was? I saw a billboard somewhere in this country while I was driving.
Back?
That's what I never researched it, but that just made me think of it.
Yo, Yik Yak was
like I literally saw a physical billboard going
Yik Yak
that said Yik Yak's back or something like that.
First of all, that's a great tag. Yik Yak's back. Perfect tag itself.
And if this isn't a real thing, that's mine. I said it first. But
dude, Yik Yak was one of the. It was a double-edged sword. It was so much fun, but it also was like a lot of bullying.
Oh yeah, like I would say something and somebody would come back and I would just come back at them and then they would say that's not very nice. I'm like, well, you started it, and then
I will never forget one of my fraternity brothers would always put party at Theta Chi or something every single Friday night, and they would get like 100 up likes, and then it was just they would have to like. I would hear from the next weekend that they had like cops were called to the Theta Chi party or whatever. I forgot what fraternity. Maybe it was Sigma Chi. I don't know. One of the fraternities that wasn't us that had a big house, and it was great. We Yik Yak. Well, there's a lot of people like kill themselves because like they're getting bullied on Yik Yak too. They should probably fix that problem.
Well, I mean, that's just a problem with life now. It's just bullying.
Yeah, too many social medias. Have you heard about the B rule? It's like the new social media or a hive. It's like a hive. It's like Instagram meets Twitter. I have both for no reason. I have a Be Real.
Like I use social media for sure for work or whatever.
Oh my God, my Be Real is on right now. So
that's that thing where you post a picture, isn't it?
So it happened. Oh, it was 3 minutes ago. I'm not even that late. So let's do it. We're gonna post a Be Real right now. This is live on TV. Well, you know what I mean. I don't. Here, Nick. Let's go. Right now we're Be Reeling. This is bad radio, but
I don't know what we're doing.
Just taking a damn picture.
Okay, well it's not facing the right way.
Well, it's gonna do it anyway. So be ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I want to get like shit. All right, and I don't know if he got us. Did he get us? Yeah, there we go.
Because that's that thing you can't retake, right?
You can't retake it. You have 2 minutes to post it, and you can only post once a day.
And if you don't post it, it deletes, and then you can't post until tomorrow.
If you don't post it, it will tell everybody that you posted late, so you're not being the realist.
Gotcha. But I just wondered, like, if you accidentally like had your dick in it or something, like.
I'm sorry, what?
That happens sometimes.
Like you post your dick?
No, I'm just saying take a picture of it. Like, snapping or whatever. Like, if you're just walking around or something and it just whoop, 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 swinging around.
Is that what we're doing now? Talking about that should be a soundbite. Jesus Christ. Oh, good times. Oh, Mom, you can't be on the podcast right now. I'll have to call you back, Mommy.
But I think this was a decent comeback. We caught up.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell the next episode.
And we can't tell everything all at once.
Because I didn't bring up my strip club experience and the lake house experience.
Yep.
Those are two experiences that happened to me this summer that changed me as a person, personally and physically.
So if you see Jeff out and about, he's walking weird, tune in next week.
But yeah, and we're going to make a more of an emphasis on reviews. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast, they have that section with reviews. There's no real data that supports that it helps you in the algorithm, but I think it does. So if you're listening to us to Apple,
interaction's good, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, we'll comment on here. Are you allowed to comment on reviews?
No, but we can talk about it on here.
But yeah, and you know what? If we get some reviews, we'll give you a shout out live on the podcast.
Yeah, and if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Here, let's just do one real quick. How about that? Then we'll get out of here. Get out of here. Let's see. How do I spell our podcast name?
Here. Unapologetically Stupid.
Thank you. That worked.
Oh, that's how I have to do it every time. I got to sound it out.
Okay, so our last review was on November 2nd. November 2nd this year. It's titled Good Times, 5-star review. I feel like these two are good friends and hold on, I can't read. I feel like these two are good friends of mine now. Listening to their stories and their takes on things are hilarious. You're in for a good time with these two. It's a good review.
Well, what's their
Brandon McDaniels.
Huh.
No idea who that is. No idea. But yeah.
Well, he's our friend now.
Here we go. We got another one from Austin Music Reviewer. This is the last one, and then we can head out. 5-star review also. We have reviews that are all 5 stars, so we're doing something right,
Quality.
guys. Currently listening to episode 31.
Couldn't tell you what that is.
Pizza review episode.
Oh, okay.
Because it says, with the pizza review. And let me tell you, get ready for the mukbang of your life.
The hell's a mukbang?
A mukbang is basically just eating food in front of a camera and microphone and recording it.
Oh, I thought it was like bukkake or something.
No, no, it's like a YouTube thing. It's like a subcategory of YouTube. Well, yeah, stuff like that. If you go to keep scrolling. If you find us on Apple Podcasts, which if you're listening to us, you found us. Congratulations. Swipe all the way down to the bottom. It gives you a section to write reviews. If you're listening to us on Spotify, just give us a 5-star review too. Greatly appreciate it. It helps us out. Nick, you got anything else you want to add?
No, just, go follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to Squirrely TV on YouTube. And I'm excited to be back. I don't know about you.
Oh, I'm excited too.
Cool. Neat, dude.
Well, I'm Jeff.
And I'm Nick.
This has been another episode of Unapologetically Stupid.
Yeah, it was. I think I broke my penis by not peeing for 3 hours. Like, it kind of hurts. Will you look at it?